Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're at episode 12 of What If Civilization Started Over. Before we end the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps out a ton. And yeah, last episode things reached the boiling point. Ceylon and India are now literally at each other's throat. We saw the expansion of the Victorian horde, which is now the third or fourth strongest nation in the world. We saw the discovery of South Africa, which is just South Africa, really. Um, and that's really what happened. Besides a bit more expansion into Australia and more discovery of the New World, which we will not really worry about this episode. Maybe at the end. Actually, probably not. So yeah, let's get in this video. We actually want to see this war or a skirmish, not war yet, start out inside of India. And, well, it's not really going to go good, as Indian troops are going to start to, attack Ceylon troops. And they want to take this major city. And if, you haven't watched the previous episodes, please do it, or this won't really make sense. Oh, not the province map yet, as it's not important yet. Let's look at the alliances here. The Triangle Alliance and the Diamond Alliance. Oh yeah, you need to go bye-bye because you're not really part of that. But basically here, Ceylon and India, so they both created an alliance to protect themselves. Of course they did. And, yeah, the Diamond Alliance only has 3 members, but is really strong. It has the Victorian Horde, which is actually going to leave the alliance. And that is because, well, they only wanted to land in Ethiopia, and, well, with that, they have nothing really to worry about. And so, the Alliance is going to leave. And, the Triangle Alliance just got activated. And India, realizing this, is like, we still have to push in. And so they're going to continue, their occupation, as they're going to reach over to this major city and take it before the army is going to stop them at the gates of these 2 major cities, as they're going to try to wrap around them, which is going to be unsuccessful with the help of the pretty good Ceylon military. Inside of Oman, the border was already lined, but surprisingly, we're going to see the UAE be the ones to start the push in. And, well, that's because the UAE wants India kicked out. India here has kind of been a nuisance to them. And so they're going to be able to take this major city, which is going to surprise the Indian military, as they did not expect probably one of the weaker nations in the world to do it. As this nation may be stronger. Inside of eastern Oman, the UAE troops or UAE troops are going to continue to advance, and yeah, eventually they're going to tell or the military is going to just say, retreat out of northern Oman, as we need to start to hold a line inside of the more important coastal regions of Oman. And, well, let's look at the religion map real quick. Where is it at? There it is. And now here, see how Oman's residents are, they are actually a part of the same religion as the UAE, and not really India. And, well, here, that's kind of bad for, India. Because, well, this really means even, like, the major cities, there's going to be people rising up to join, the UAE. And, well, the army is going to actually have to retreat to these two major cities because they do have the highest percentage of Indians, or like they're these religious type Indians. Inside of Southern Bengali, that's its new name. Oh yeah, Indian troops are going to do, well, what they do best: invade. And so, well, they're going to take these major cities, or just really one currently, as they're going to actually start a spearhead towards the capital, and they're going to reach up with their allies, exclave inside of, what is it again? Southern Bengali. And, yeah, it's not going good for Southern Bengali, as, troops from Bangladesh are going to start to enter in. And, well, the Diamond Alliance here, it's strong, but it's also kind of weak. As we're going to see this nation, or the northern parts of Bengali, collapse, as Ceylon, the leader, is going to tell them to protect their capital area in like this major city here, and it's just going to fall to Bangladesh. Finally, a stalemate will be well reached in this area at least. And back here in Ceylon, Indian troops are not going to do as good, as a counteroffensive is going to be made here, cutting off Indian troops. And now Ceylon currently has the second best navy, just behind Hainan. And well, they now have naval supremacy in their area, though India does have more ships. You're going to see India basically retreat just to this major city here. And very, very surprisingly, Ceylon is actually going to start to make their own offensive in India, capturing these two twin cities. And yeah, now India is on the defensive, and you may be like, how and why? And guess what? It's because this religion map. This region here is a part of the Southern Bengali denomination, or the Ceylon denomination. And yeah, the Ceylon denomination is really, really pro their denomination. And since this time is very, very religious, we are going to see them do really good, with even somehow uprisings starting to happen. And they're going to cut them off right here. And then the military can do nothing because a lot of their army is also part of the Ceylon denomination. Well, luckily up north, they're going to be able to keep it together. And yeah, India, finally, they're actually going to make some progress. As the Indian Union, probably my favorite nation here, is going to get smacked around. Like, it's not funny that they're getting smacked so bad. I don't even think that Exclave is going to survive that. As India will tell Bengal, yeah, just Bengal, to take out the rest of the region because they don't want to deal with it. I mean, you can't really blame them, as they need to focus on Ceylon, or in Ceylon, where they are pretty much absolutely getting destroyed. Now India here has the second or third best military in the world, and so this is really embarrassing. Or number 5 or 6 even is they're getting beat by. And yeah, Ceylon's even going to do this, as India wants a peace treaty already, but for some reason the Triangle Alliance is going to say no. As finally this exclave here is going to fall, and yeah, this region here is going to start their own counteroffensive, and they're actually getting supplied by a certain nation, who thinks that India is probably going to pose a threat to him. And it's this nation, the second most populated nation, aka what is it again? The Victorian Order. But you may remember that they have horrible navy or just travel. And so they have to go through this nation into Arabia, across this unclaimed land, into Oman, where Oman will deliver its supplies to Ceylon. But now Ceylon is starting to go this way. So it's not too bad yet. As it's going really good now for the Triangle Alliance. As Bangladesh and India are kind of scared for obvious reasons. Inside of Bangladesh, Burmese or Myanmar troops are going to start to march through them, as they're going to take 4 major cities, or 5 actually, and start to threaten the capital. And this is not good, as Bangladesh here is going to have to make India carry up the slack inside of, the Indian Union. And it's not going great. Like, not at all. As we're going to completely see them retreat out of the Indian Union, which now means India has to carry over troops. They're going to completely retreat out of here. And now India is basically doing all the work, as Burma is somehow causing them this much trouble. Troops finally are going to be able to start to push back Ceylon, and India pushing them back to the border over here and taking one and a half of the twin cities. The twin cities, once again, are going to rebel in support of Ceylon, and that counteroffensive is now being countered, I guess. So counteroffensive. As they're going to start to build up over here, and they finally reach the region where Indian, or I'm pretty sure now, let me check. Yeah, basically here, this is now the Bengali, or the pure Indian religion. But, the region over here is actually going to rebel in support. And, we finally reached this, where now it's just like that, as it's now just whoever can collapse the other first. Going back here into Arabia, they're going to completely retreat. And, Oh, and look at that. Bangladesh is now fighting a civil war. Because their people don't want to fight this war. They really don't. And, the rebellion is going to start to expand, taking this major city and going down, reaching up with the coastline, and is now getting supplied by Burma and Ceylon, as they're going to completely wrap around here. And Ceylon is now telling this rebellion, hey, you need to actually start to wrap over here and cut off a lot of the troops. As they do this, boom, bang, and then bop. This is now really bad for Bangladesh, as over here is completely going to fall to the rebellion, or is it a rebellion, or is it a revolution? I don't really know. And, it's not good for Bangladesh, as Burmese troops are going to, start their offensive over here, and they're somehow going to be able to take the capital city, which is the largest city in the world. And with Burmese troops now just spearheading towards major cities like this, we're officially going to see a nation collapse. And with them collapsing here, It's not good. It's really not. And yeah, troops are going to start to come in from Ceylon now, as the Indian military is now in chaos, as they don't know what just happened and how their ally just fell, and the biggest city in the world was took by a middle level power. Yeah, it's actually kind of horrible. As they are going to do this over here, and yeah, yeah, it's not good. As we're even going to start to see troops over here start to flood in like that, and it's just horrible. It really is. As you're going to come here, like capitulate. The Indian Union is going to be reset up like that. I'm going to change the color. Don't worry. Um, and yeah, it's just horrible. It's horrible for India. India's collapsing. Its government's in shambles. It doesn't know what to do, and the Indian Union's going to take these three major cities as they're starting to spearhead up to the capital. And somehow the Indian Union is going to take the capital. It's surprising. It really is. And with this here, there's going to be one final nail in the coffin for India. And that's that, well, Oman somehow made a landing. And Oman's weak. What's happening? Is the government just in shambles? And the answer is yes. India is now weak. It's really weak. It's a collapsed state. And this is the end of the war. The borders look confusing, and let me fix it. And yeah, this is where I'm going to kind of leave off the video. I'll do the treaty next episode. And yeah, see you guys in episode 13. Bye. Peace.